Salutations, good people. Welcome to Upstate SC Living. Whether it's real estate in South Carolina or a local restaurant review, I've got you covered. I'm Josh Oglesby, your Upstate South Carolina realtor with Real Broker LLC, and today I'm talking about 5 things to do outside when it's cold in Upstate South Carolina. Now, if you're like me and you prefer the summer months and you need a little bit of direction on what to do in the Upstate during the cold months, you're probably looking for something to do to get outside and, I don't know, not binge the latest season of the coolest Netflix original that you didn't really want to watch to begin with, but your coworker talked you into it because, hey, it's slow at first, but I promise it gets better. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started on number 1, axe throwing. Now, immediately, this is going to get you out of the house and get you physical. Across the country, it seems like axe throwing has grown wildly in popularity over the past few years, and in the Upstate, it's no different. It's perfect for trying something new, it's wonderful for date nights, and hey, fellas, if you want to impress the ladies, it can be good for that too. Now, if you have kids, most places require you to sign a waiver for them to even be in the vicinity of the axe throwing. Now, for some small kids, some places even have little axes for throwing. So axe throwing can be a family outing. Your kids throwing axes. That's terrifying. Not knowing exactly where you're located, I'm going to suggest that Google is your best friend here. But I would put money on it that you're going to find one at least within a couple hours of where you're located. Number 2, find a new brewery. Whether it's bourbon you're after or the latest craft beer, South Carolina is going to have you covered. Just like axe throwing, craft beer, breweries, and distilleries have grown, again, wildly popular across the country. It's becoming more and more popular to go to a local brewery than a local bar or pub. Again, I'm going to say Google's going to be a good tool to utilize here because there's just countless. I know here in Anderson, South Carolina, a really popular distillery is Palmetto Moonshine. Now, if you haven't used Google just yet, you're bound to see a sign for a distillery or a brewery on our interstates. So instead of going out to the same old bar or pub that you're used to, try our brewery, and then call an Uber. Number 3, catch a show. Whether it's top-tier performing arts or just a local play that you want to catch, the Upstate is gonna have something for you. Speaking of top tier, the Peace Center in Greenville is gonna have what you're looking for if quality shows is what you're after. I literally just looked at their schedule before recording this, and I saw shows like Hamilton and Earth, Wind & Fire. And it's okay. If you didn't know the Peace Center was a thing, I didn't know Earth, Wind & Fire was still a thing. Or if you just want to catch a local play, then the Electric City Playhouse in Anderson or the Foothills Playhouse in Easley has you covered. There's also the Capri Theater in Gaffney, South Carolina, where you can find local comedians, local musicians. Heck, you can even have your baby shower at the Capri Theater in Gaffney. Number 4, ice skating. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of places that you can do this at, but the 2 that come to my mind is skating on the square in Spartanburg or Ice on Main in Greenville. Both of these are around for about a month, around the months of November, and it kind of bleeds over into December, and maybe even a little after that. Both Ice on Main and Skating on the Square usually have their seasonal calendars up, so you'll want to go to their websites to check that out. Number 5, hiking. Yes, this is a list of things to do when it's cold outside, and if you enjoy the cold and you want to go for a hike and explore our trails in the foothills and the upstate of South Carolina, then this is for you. Now, you can always check out discoversouthcarolina.com or southcarolinaparks.com, but the places that I'll recommend that you look into is Table Rock, Blowing Rock, Mountain Rest Cabins and Campgrounds, and of course Congaree National Park in Columbia is going to have a ton of activities for the whole family. And if you want to know even more about hiking, then you're going to want to subscribe to the channel because we're going to be going in depth in the top 5 places in upstate South Carolina. With that being said, thank you good people for watching, and if there's anything I can do to help you with your real estate needs, don't hesitate to contact me right now. Just look down in the description of this video to find out how. Take care, and remember to enjoy yourselves.